Hey, welcome to the video surprise of the day. Today's video surprise is on the Blueskysea UHD 4K dashcam review. Before you get started, please remember to hit the subscribe button, the bell icon when we notify new videos, and I really appreciate that thumbs up. Thank you very much in advance. And we have a Blueskysea Ultra HD 4K dashcam over here. We unbox it. We got the adapter, the 3M tape. To start our show is this 4K dashcam. Okay, this is how it looks like in the front. Just the lens, no special marking or anything like that in particular. Notice the size, in my opinion, is just the right size. You don't want something too big, especially around the windshield area. 4K, 30 frames per second, WDR. So that's pretty good for the resolution for this small little camera here. Notice the side view. I don't know if you can see that, but on the side view, you see the power button and the micro SD card slot. So you put the micro SD in there, which is not included. And this is the LCD, pretty big size. On the bottom is just a reset button in particular, and also some vents. On the top is where you slide the adapter, and also the power button over here. So there's more vents over here as well, so probably to cool it down, let the air out. Notice some dash cams actually overheat, so when you're looking for one, you make sure you get one that doesn't overheat. All right, and the other thing you notice, this one has G sensors, it has Smart app, built-in Wi-Fi, and supports up to 256 gigabyte memory. If you're doing 4K, it's probably a good idea to get the 256 one, even though it's a little bit more pricey. On the right, you have the up and down and the middle button. The middle button is mostly used for the menus and the selection. So keep that in mind. The keys are on the right. The left is where the micro SD. And also the power button also doubles like an escape key to go back, like a back key, I guess, in particular, right? So that's how you use this in particular. The screen only goes on when it's plugged in. I notice it doesn't have an internal battery. So yeah, it's pretty lightweight. Also remember to remove the tape on the lens. So if you touched it like I did, you probably want to clean the lens. Otherwise your pictures will not come out that clean. Yes, this also is the attachment, has the 3M tape. You tape it on the windshield. Clean the windshield before you decide to tape it on the windshield. Okay, over here, I'm just gonna plug it in. So you have, this is the top supposedly, and you need to plug in the power. I notice it's not that easy to do if you're in the vehicle and you're not seeing where the port location is. So you probably want to plug it in before you attach it. And this is how you do it. You know, it only goes in one way. Oh, another thing in the box is the manual, by the way. The user manual, it's not very detailed, but it works. Notice you also need a micro SD card. I have a SanDisk one over here, the high endurance card. Micro SD, so dash cams and home security products. So these will last longer than some of the typical ones, which you could wear them out because you're reading a lot, writing a lot, etc. Right, erasing, and you might want to get a bigger one if you're doing 4K like this one in particular. So I have the mount set up over here right now on the van, and you can see that there's like a screw or something. You actually can move it at different angles. You need to adjust it on your vehicle. So you just slide this camera over here, slide it forward and slide it in. Unfortunately, I'm unable to film and do at the same time as I discovered. So otherwise I get you a shot on that. Okay, the size is roughly 1.75 inches by 3.75 inches. Not really that big of a dash cam, but the main thing is how good the lenses are when you record in the day and the night, which is the ultimate test of a dash cam in particular, right? So the mounting instructions and everything aren't hard and pretty easy to do, self-explanatory. Actually, you didn't need to read the manual if you didn't want to. So that's how easy it is to use it. And you can hide behind the rear view mirror, and you can see that on the outside. It just had the attachment, but if I would put the camera there, it'd be pretty much camouflage in a way in particular. So that's a good thing, right? The size. Okay, so we're going to look at some of the items in the menu. This is a 3.16 inch IPS screen, and it also has the GPS feature. Notice once you plug it in, you see the red light over here, that means it's on. It has the date and also has the time. So 40K, 30 frames per second. So that's the resolution. And I'm not going to go through a little bit on the menu, but I'm not going to go deep in depth because I know you can read the manual, or you can search for the manual in particular. And the resolution, the icon says 80K in 1080p, which is not 1080p. So you can see that over here, but I don't know why they made it like that. It's just a picture, I guess, in general. And here you could toggle through the different menus. That's how it looks like if you were to toggle each of them. It's not a touch screen. Wish it was, but it's not. But for the price you're paying for 119 at this time, you're not paying a whole lot for a 4K camera in this one in particular. So it's a great value, right? So also you got the front and back EV. I don't use those. I actually toggle through it. The audio, you want to turn on and off, you could go through that menu. Same with the timestamp. Also, there's a loop feature. You want to enable that so it overwrites the old image, so you don't fill up the micro USB. G sensor, so something your car get hit or something, you could hit something, you can have that. Also, you could enable motion, but I think it needs a separate kit to make that work. License plate, enable that. Speed, you want to show or not show that. GPS stamp, same with that if you want to enable. Speed units, you can adjust that. And you want Wi-Fi. You also go format your microSD card, which is a great idea if you have a new one. So everything be standardized and make sure everything works. Date and time zone, and also you could turn off the beep. So I actually took the beep part out of this video over here because it beeps a lot every time you hit the down arrow or the up arrow. And the default settings puts everything back to factory reset. Just like you got it. And the version just tell you what version of the software you have. So nothing in particular on that one. Okay, I'm going to start off with some driving samples. This is around 2 p.m. near the SFO.
Right? Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing.
Notice the audio is on this one, but I removed on the others. So over here, this is like later in the day, around 5:36 or so. And you can see the image quality is not bad at all. I mean, it's not excellent or something like that, but you know, it's not bad at all. And for those folks wondering what's the background, it's San Francisco. So we went to San Francisco and they decided to test the Dashcam out at the same time. Always think about your fans out there. Tell me how good you see the signs in particular. I think it's pretty good when there's light in the daytime. Now we're stopped. So you could see, if we could see the license plate. I guess if you zoom in, you probably could see the license plate on the vehicles in these in particular. I'm not following too close, by the way. I don't like to follow too close. Okay, here you probably could read the lettering on the truck. So the dash cam is pretty much not bad. It's pretty usable in that term. If you could see the images, you could see what's going on. And your pictures are pretty clear overall in the daytime. There's no problems at all. License plate, a little bit hard to read, I guess. Especially when you're driving and you're moving, and you know, it takes a lot of computations, I guess, for the device to be able to see the license plate. But if you're static, then you probably can see it. So probably the big thing is you probably notice that the price and the form factor are definitely the pros in this product and very simple to use. The con part is probably notice that you're not able to see the license plate when the vehicle is moving. So that's one thing, right? And you definitely have a good peripheral view of the vehicle. So it shows up pretty good on the image, right? It's actually dark. So here's a view of the dash cam at night. I'm going to do another driving test for this one in particular at night. So I'm going to give you a perception of how everything looks. Yes, that's where the thing is plugged in. So just doing a stoplight over here. And you know, you can see the signs that well, right? And but you can see the cars, but you can see the license plate also at the same time. So that's, you know, that's the only con I have in particular. The other thing I do want to mention that's maybe a con is the format when these files are saved, TF format. I don't know what kind of format in particular, but it definitely is not compatible with some computers. So keep that in mind. It works fine on Windows. Yes, you could probably also upload it to YouTube and that will work fine. But yeah, you can see the night vision is not bad at all either. So, you know, you got a good visual picture, right? It's not 100% clear, right? It's not like 4K 60 frames per second. Maybe one day the trend would be heading to 60 frames per second, for example, right? Even better resolution than what you see right here. But this is 30 frames per second. And yeah, it definitely drives pretty good. So I'm gonna leave it at that. If you wanna look at more images, post a comment below what you think. If this is a worthwhile camera for you or just great bargain camera in particular. Definitely for 4K and the quality you're getting here is not subpar or anything. It's just like my scale is probably like an 8 out of 10. So hopefully this video helps you out if you're looking at this particular dash cam. If you made it this far, please help me out with a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. If you have a comment to help others, please leave it below. And I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Bye.